Alright everybody, this is going to be a quick Facebook exclusive game review. And this is not my traditional style of reviewing games, but for this game I felt like I didn't need to really do a full-on fledged video review like normal. So I just finished the Blair Witch game. As you can see, the Blair Witch tape behind me right there. I have seen the film not 100 times, but close to it. And the game is more in the line with the Blair Witch 2016 film, I want to say. There's a lot of mechanics that threw me off from thinking of this was actually a Blair Witch game. Having a dog companion through the woods, I guess, makes sense to a certain extent, but relying on him to find clues and guide you through the forest the whole time when the dog is honestly not going to know where to go is a confusing aspect. There were parts that were pretty cool looking in the game. You find the house that's in the movie, you find the stuff in the trees, all the voodoo dolls and all that stuff. But there are also parts of the game that were just completely confusing, like the flashbacks of the guy in the army and the demon monster things that were out in the forest that I don't remember ever being in a Blair Witch film, that disappear when a flashlight touches them, like the monsters do, or the things do in Alan Wake, if you've ever played that. Flashlight is your main weapon. And that's how it was in this game. As far as this guy's story is concerned, I don't know what the studio was trying to convey of you trying to, or caring about your character that you play as. I honestly didn't care about my own character at all. I just wanted to see basically what the forest and everything looked like of the Blair Witch. Now, there were some other cool things, like you explore the woods and you take a wrong turn or somewhere and you end up right back to where you were, much like in this movie. But there was just so much of it that didn't seem like Blair Witch, and your main character, like I said, you don't care about him. Why would I care about his backstory? Why would I care about the stuff that happened to him in the army, or the stuff that his wife was saying to him in the game? Like, I don't care about any of that stuff. Who is this kid that got abducted that he's looking for? Why is that so important? Why is he not a cop anymore? A lot of questions that go unanswered, and a lot of things in this game that were just confusing. Is it a bad game? No, it's not bad, but it is a bit boring. I played it all day today just to finish it because I really wanted to see if they were going to include the actual Blair Witch in it, which they don't. And funny enough, I ended up getting the bad ending. There's like 4 different endings based on things you do in the game, and it's very confusing on how it's set up for you to accomplish these things. The game basically just tells you to be good to the dog. So I was good to the dog the whole game. There was nothing about making phone calls to people, answering the phone, or looking at the text messages on the phone, or any of that stuff. So it ended up like me getting a bad ending because of that. And also there was this weird part in the basement of the house in the game where you're flashing a flashlight on monsters in the ceiling. I guess you're not supposed to do that. Like I said, it's very confusing, and I like to think that I'm not entirely stupid when it comes to horror games and figuring things out. It was just weird. And there's also a very weird, like, Prince of Persia thing that you can do with tapes that you find in the woods, where you can pause things that have happened before and it changes the environment around you. Very strange. But after that 2016 Blair Witch movie, if you haven't seen my review on it, I obviously didn't like it very much. I love this movie, but the 2016 movie I didn't, and for many reasons. And this game, while it had some shining parts that were cool to see, for the most part. It was a walking simulator mixed in with Outlast, Layers of Fear, and was a bit boring. So I would only really suggest it for people that are really hardcore about Blair Witch. It's not really a horror survival game. It's more of a jump scare, walk through the forest for about 4 or 5 hours, however long the game was, and that's it. And I don't really know how you get the different endings. So anyway, guys, that is my review on the Blair Witch game, and hope you enjoyed this Facebook exclusive review. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next video. Peace.